Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be going over NetExec and a few commands that I think you should know today in 2026. So if you guys are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's get into it and have some fun. So what is NetExec? If you guys aren't familiar, it's an awesome tool. So it's the network execution tool. So what does it do, right? It does a whole bunch of things. We'll get into that shortly. So if you want to download it, obviously Kali Linux has it installed, Exegol has it installed, but if you need to install it, here's the proper way to install it. If you want to do it on Linux, you just do right here, sudo apt install pip get if you don't have get already installed. And then you have to make sure your ensure path is there, pip x ensure path. And then you just pip install and then plus get and right here. And then you get the application installed on your machine. And awesome. Thank you so much for the contributors, all these wonderful folks that are participating in NetExec. I'm still getting over being sick. That's what I meant. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it, right? You guys can check out the wiki and all that good stuff. If you want, you can just go ahead and go to Google NetExec wiki, and you can check it out right here on their site. And they have a whole bunch of awesome things, right? Just to give you a little insight of how this thing came about. Installation, like we just went through the installation. If you want to install on Unix, if you want to install it on Windows, etc. You guys get the gist, right? So using for co-browsing, it gives you pretty much all the commands. I have my little cheat sheet up already. This is so many. You have Bloodhound integration. There's a lot of stuff here. Bloodhound ingesters. There's so much we can go over, but I want to go over just the basics, just the understanding of what you should know today. Okay, so I do have a Windows 10 machine up as my target. So if I do an ls, I can cat out win10 information. And then my IP address is 192.168.100.101 with my username, i.e. user, and my password is hackers. Okay? But before we even get to that, if we don't have a username and password, what can we do? We can try to authenticate using null authentication. So let's just do netexec, SMB. Let's do SMB. And let's just, for an example, without all this good stuff, we can just do -user, actually. And then single quote. And then without a user, we can do single quote, and hit enter. So this is going to go ahead and see if it has no authentication. It says access denied, right? So we don't have any no authentications on here. But what about if we try to use at least guest? Maybe we can try guest, GUEST, and see if there's a guest account. Disabled. Good. This is good, right? So far, if you want an internal engagement, this is actually good, right? They're doing their due diligence. Okay. So what about if we try to do local authentication? What if we try to authenticate actually with a username password? And this is a username password. And if I try to do -- local auth. Okay. See if we can locally authenticate. Yes. So we're saying this username and this password is working because it says pwned here. So we know those credentials are working. And that's where we're going to stop now. Like everything else, we have like SMB signing, co-browser authentication, and all that stuff. But I have more to do. So the next thing we're going to do is start dumping the credentials, right? So say we have a username and password from our target, in this case, 192.168.100.101. Now we have a username, we have a password. What else can we do, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to dump the local SAM hashes, okay? Excuse me. So now I want to go ahead and do --SAM. So we're going to dump the local SAM database from our target. And here we are right here. Let me go ahead and hit enter a few times. That's right. I want to go ahead and just copy this anyway. So let's go ahead and just copy this. And I'm just going to put it in my notes since I'm a good note taker. Not. So now we have this here, right? So we extracted all the credentials that were stored as the local user accounts. Okay, so now let's go back. Let me go back here. Let me do Control L. And now what if we test those hashes to authenticate to our machine? All right, so let's go ahead and give that a shot. Oops, let's go back here. And since we were able to get this, I'm going to actually just copy this and just put it down here, just so we can differentiate the two or the few, whatever. Okay, so now we're going to try to authenticate. We're going to see if it works, right? So we can go ahead and take this, copy this hash, and we're going to try to use the LTLM hash to authenticate. All right, so we're going to try to do inpacket, and I believe that's the same hash. So it's inpacket PS exec. That's what I want to use, i.e. user at 192.168.100.101 dash hashes, and then our hash that we were able to dump. And let's see if we're able to actually get on this box. See if it works. If not, it's all good. You know, this is just a part of the process. We'll give this a second. And let me see if I am logged into this machine, right? Make sure this thing is still up and running. Yep. Okay, cool. So we are good. This is just a MS Edge Win 10 VM. And I just use this for like testing. All right. So this is not working. I don't want to kill time, but you guys get the gist. You can utilize this command to try to authenticate to your target with an actual hash that you're able to compromise. So now if we're able to extract LSA secrets, how about that? Let's see if we can do that. Let's do LSA and see if we can extract the secrets from here. Yes, we were. We were able to extract that. So now this is something else we can save for our notes. Let's copy this. Let's go ahead and paste this down here. Let's just go ahead and enter a few times. And then we just go ahead and keep those as our notes, right? So there's a few other things I want to show. I want to show how to retrieve Win logon registration data. This is another thing. If you're on a local network that doesn't have AD, these are things that I did recently on an engagement. That's why these are pretty much on the top of my list of my notes. So what we're going to do is the next one here is going to use a module called reg win logon. So dash capital N and then reg and win logon. Okay, so this is going to go ahead and see if you can get stuff like auto admin logon, default username, passwords, usernames and passwords, etc. So here we go. So this is more proof that we can utilize this to our advantage, right? So I can't talk and type at the same time. So now this is more notes for our report, for our stuff that we're going to give our client and all that stuff. And the last thing we can try to do is dump I call deep boppy password credentials, right? So let's go ahead and give that a shot. Let's go ahead and just do -d -d PAPI. Okay, see if we can, I spelled that wrong. No, I spelled it right. That's fine. Okay. So we were able to, it cannot, because it's not a domain backup. So there's nothing there. User on a domain administrator, export and domain backup key. This is not on a domain. So this is pretty much, this is okay. I'm trying to see any other commands that we can try. We can try lsassy. Let's try that one. That's a good one to give a shot. So let's do dash, it's a module and lsassy. So we are pwned. Let's see if it's able to give me any other information from the proc dump via SMB. Doom. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, it's all good. You guys get the gist. I don't want to waste time on that. And I think that should be it for today. Let me see if there's any other things that we can do on enumeration. Of course, yeah, we can do these. We can try a few more. We can do dash dash shares because I do have some shares on that. I have a hacker share. Yeah, hackers right here. Pen testing. I made this share just for this demonstration. I forgot that I wanted to showcase this. And if we have a username and password, you can just use username and password. And if you don't, you can see if there's any null sessions. So we can try this with single quote, and then single quote here to see if we're able to do anything. No, we're not. So we need a username and password to see those shares. And same thing with users. We can try to list the users and see if that gives us anything. If not, we can try to do that with username and password, users, and see if we're able to get the user's information. Absolutely, we can. Let's make this a little smaller. And let's do that again, just to get a little bit more real estate, at least for me. All right, so we have the usernames. We have administrator, guest, SSHD, IE user, and we can see here the last password it was set up. This was yesterday, so I did change my password yesterday, which was 2/9/2026. And that's pretty much it. And then obviously there's spraying if you have a target list or target IP list and a user and password list. You can do something with a continue on success and then no brood continue on success and stuff like that. But you can go find that at the wiki site. But this is pretty much all I wanted to showcase because I don't have a DC in my lab at this moment. But hopefully this was informative. Hopefully you found something useful out of this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments, put it in the comments below and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.